Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I'm going to be checking out a new track from Polaris. It is the second single taken from their upcoming album Fatalism, which will be out on September 1st through Resist and Sharptone Records. I covered Inhumane, which was the first single from the record when that came out. Of course, since that dropped, this band has been through the unimaginable. They have made a few statements or posts saying that they're planning on moving forward with all of the commitments that they had already made, which is incredible. I cannot imagine what they are going through or how difficult it is to carry on like this in the name of someone else, though they are doing that. So huge respect to them. I will link the music video, all of their promotional links in the description of this video. Make sure you go give them some love on the official music video, on their socials. All the pre-order information will be in the description of this video. I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. Ooh, those layered vocals. Oh. Oh. That little pause. Uh-oh.
But no one's gonna save us if we won't fucking save ourselves. Our best intentions pay my lives.
Yeah, that big final chorus probably. Polaris, Nightmare, let's discuss. So after one listen to this one, I am pretty positive that this will end up being my favorite of the two singles. I really enjoy Inhumane, and it has some different qualities to it, I think, than this track does. It is not wildly different for Polaris, but enough so that it's just got different points of focus, I think. And with this track, it feels very much like all of the things that I really love about this band. It's got a great chorus to it. Also, that last chorus having a bit of a variation, and you can tell off the bat because leading up to that, the chorus goes, "We're living in a nightmare." That part also was stuck in my head after, my first listen. That's what I walked away from it going, like playing back in my head. But as you go into that last chorus, it's "We're living in a fucking nightmare." And you have Jamie screaming, Jake singing, and Ryan with this gorgeous lead. And so that part was one of my favorite parts of this song. But at the same time as it kind of drives into that, which is something I love about the band, it also has those really heavy moments. And the guitar work throughout all of it is unsurprisingly stellar. It's like the big riffs right off the bat, the main riff of this track. And then there's one part where it's like something about "to the enemy inside." Again, I've listened to this one time, so I'm not entirely sure what was said, but I think it's like "to the enemy inside," and then it's like it's got that groove to it. It's got that head banging sound, but it has the more emotive sides of things as well, and it just flows together really nicely. Also, Jamie's voice sounds amazing. I think having the sort of singing, I think, again, after one listen, sometimes depending where my focus is, it's a little bit more difficult to know exactly every in and out of the song and the structure. I'm pretty sure it was pre-chorus that Jamie was singing on, and then Jake sings the chorus that, the part I'm talking about being super catchy and all of that. And Jamie's singing voice really has just like a different, it's not, wildly different, but it's very noticeably, you're not thinking it's the same person really. It's got a noticeable difference to it, and it just sounds really good. I think that adds more to the song, having that sort of switch off there. And then his voice otherwise just sounds amazing. The music video is very cool. You take into consideration the lyrics of the song, and you can see it is very much tapped into that. The chorus would be a great example, I think. And it's done by Third Eye Visuals, who does a lot of really cool stuff. One of the more popular, well-known videos would be Akudama by Alpha Wolf. That is really what put Third Eye Visuals on the radar, I think, for me. It was quite a while ago now, but there have been a ton of videos I've seen since that Third Eye Visuals just kills. The sort of vibe that is given in the song is exaggerated by the video, I would say. So that you love to see. Again, I just want to touch on how these songs really showcase, I guess a lot of their songs in their discography really showcase Ryan's ability to be a versatile guitarist. And when you listen to that lead I'm talking about in that final chorus, that is a much different style than when you listen to like the intro, the main riff, all of the like chunkier stuff. There is of course some chugging, but very minimal. It comes to a lot of stuff that's I would almost call it like that floaty sort of sound, and I just cannot get enough of it. And so these will be songs that I know I will be revisiting for a very long time. I'm still going back to pretty much all of their discography, so it's unsurprising, but I just feel like Fatalism will be a bit of a different beast given the context of everything, and it being a more recent record. I feel I just listen in a different way now than I did even in 2020 when The Death of Me came out, which is a phenomenal record, and I'm curious what this record will be like. I do have my PR copy, and I'm conflicted because I know that they said there's a third music video that they filmed with Ryan. I have no idea which song it will be, so I can't exclude it from the video if I were to record it, but I really want to listen because I'm curious. With The Death of Me, there are tracks like Martyr, Waves, which actually is one of my favorites on the record, and my other favorites scratch a much different itch. But I'm curious if there will be, you know, a song that sort of switches things up like that, because that one certainly felt different for them, and it was not a bad different to me. And then you look at the tracks that were singles like Hypermania, Masochist. Masochist ended up kind of working its way further and further up. I loved it as a single, but as time progressed, it was like a song I started binging a ton of after the full record came out. So with that in mind, and how I've listened to Inhumane a good amount of times, I don't want to misrepresent the reality of the situation, but I feel like when I compare it to how many times I'll listen to Nightmare, it'll be much different. But it very well could be something like you know, Masochist was for me, where I then listened to it in the context of the full record, and then all of a sudden it's like on repeat on its own. That sort of thing. I'm always excited to see what this band will do, because I feel like they have those in every release of theirs. They have songs that go into my favorite of all time playlist. Lucid is hands down one of the best tracks I have ever seen live in my life, and I always talk about that. If you're in the Discord server, you probably heard me say that a number of times, depending how long you've been there. It just has a very special sound to it, and they put that record out at a time where then things that follow, you know, you can see that they may not be like direct, you know, for example, Doomsday by Architects, there were a lot of like direct reusing of that main riff and stuff, but with Polaris, their influence I think will continue as time goes on. We'll see it kind of trickle down, especially the style of work that Ryan put into the band. And like when you look at this song and look at every part, if you just focus on Ryan's parts, there is just a variety of all top tier performance. And yeah, it's hard, I think, to be as excited as I normally would be about this, because it's got that bittersweet feeling. You consider everything that's going on as just part of us being human and kind of the situation at hand, but and feeling horribly for this band. And also that sweetness of it, though, is that they have this, and they have these videos, and at this time hopefully this will end up being something that is therapeutic for them and helps them with their grieving process. I'm assuming it would, with them planning on moving forward, and they want to honor Ryan's name, which is beautiful, but hopefully they're able to find some sort of, I mean, it's not something that you can say or do anything to really make it better, but there are forms of release and stuff, and I mean, I would have no idea what releasing something like this feels like, or you know, having this sort of archive of essentially your lost brother and stuff to reflect on. So I just hope that they can find some sort of healing in this as much as possible. It's not really something that goes away or anything like that. So I'm gonna make myself cry because I just feel really bad for them. But I really respect what they're doing. I hope that with all these tour dates coming up, I'm going to link their website, anything in the description, and I've talked about how great they are live. These shows are probably going to be something really emotional and special, so if they're coming anywhere near you, check in the description for the links. Grab a ticket if you can and go see them. You definitely will not regret it. They put on a phenomenal show. So I love this song. I'm going to try not to rant on too much more. I think I will just end up loving it more and more. I will have further Polaris videos on the channel coming. September 1st, you will definitely see me with a Fatalism video. And let me know what you thought in the comments. Again, go drop a comment, give them a like on the official music video. It helps with everything, algorithm, all of that stuff. So leave them a comment. I will link that video in the description, as I always do. You know where my links are in the link tree for, you know, the mood of this video and stuff. I'm not going to do my normal promoting myself outro. Just go give Polaris some love in some way, shape, or form. Pick up merch, leave a comment, anything that you can do. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.